Good morning. Been pondering a lot since I woke up. I actually woke up several times, but I did get better sleep than I've been getting of late, which is a good thing because I was absolutely exhausted yesterday. And in fact, I haven't even looked at most of my emails that came in yesterday, which means I have a lot of work to do today. In any case, I went to the meditation room first when I got out of bed before 3:30 this morning, between 3 and 3:30. And then I spent time in the atrium, and I came to the computer just a little bit before 4 o'clock to start my day. And I still did not at that time, when I say to start my day, I mean to start getting ready for the video. I still didn't know what I was going to talk about. And I sat here and I pondered a bit. And I came up with this title: Evaluating Past Rumors of Impending Changes. And the blurb that I wrote goes like this: God, and everyone who hears me, knows how much I have wanted change in my life and the world. I have wanted that loving relationship with a real spiritual partner, an end to the fraud and corruption in the world at large, healing and remedy for my many friends, known and unknown at present, who are being challenged in their lives, and finally peace on earth as we stop the insanity within ourselves and with the human culture. I am reluctant to place too much hope in any promised outcome, having been disappointed so many times by my own expectations. The end of the ninth wave was a disappointment, as was the Winter Solstice of 2012. NESARA was never announced. RuSA was a total failure. First contact still hasn't happened. The promises of the OPPT still have not materialized for most of humanity. The list could go on and on, as I think of all the times I've been taken in by rumors of impending change. I began with the spiritual partnership, that loving relationship that I've longed for much of my life. It was in December 2010, between Christmas and New Year, that Spirit said, "Ron, stop making excuses and get on with what you came to do." And the result of that, of course, was beginning these videos on January the 11th, 2011. And I never thought for a moment that I would get the audience that somehow has happened. It seemed like from the very beginning, people were listening to me, which shocked me. And I didn't have a spiritual partnership, and I had always convinced myself that I couldn't do what I came to do until I had that spiritual partnership. And earlier this year, I felt that the spiritual partnership was being manifested, was being created, co-created, but it was my own projection leading me to a disappointment because it was my projection. It was not a mutual thing. And now I have before me a real possibility that I'm 95% convinced is the real thing. It brings up other issues for me, but it also has a lot of excitement packed in. So this is a good thing. It's going to bring some changes into my life for sure. If it happens, we have not met yet, but I believe that that will be happening sometime within the next month. And I will keep it mostly a secret till we are both more sure than what we are right now. And that's what I choose to do, unlike what I've done in the past. And someone said in the I had a workshop thing all day yesterday, which is why I didn't get to emails. And someone said that the changes that I want for in the world might have more of a possibility of happening once I get some of the other things, like the relationship issue or the relationship possibility, cemented in, and actually start grounding that energy in my personal life. I was told that my lower chakras this past week, that my lower chakras were a bit out of balance and I needed to ground, and it was suggested that sex is a good way to ground those energies, to start having sex more. Maybe that'll happen, who knows. But anyway, I sat here after I came up with that title, and I looked back at the disappointments. When I began these videos, I thought I was going to do it when I first was challenged to do them every day. I thought, well, it's only going to be till the end of October. Then the ninth wave is over, and we'll be able to be in a new world, and I'll be able to do some of the other things that I felt were important. But the ninth wave came and went, and the massive visible changes I expected to see on the planet didn't occur. Again, it was a dashed expectation. And I thought, well, I guess maybe the October 28th date may not have been correct. Maybe it was the winter solstice of 2012 that everybody's talking about. But that came and went in another 14 months approximately. And again, no visible changes, no visible changes. And I got involved with RuSA in 2012 or 2012 or 2011, I guess. Yeah, 2011. I got involved with the Republic for the United States of America with Tim Turner and the people that were wanting to establish a de jure government in the United States and return the United States to a true republic. I still believe that's going to happen eventually, but it's not going to happen with RuSA, not with a bunch of religious ideologues that want to make Christianity the state religion. That just won't happen. They don't have the spiritual maturity to bring that to pass. You cannot have a religious republic. It just is a contradiction in the world as we know it. And of course, let me see, what else did I say there? Okay, first contact still hasn't happened. Oh, I did say NESARA hasn't been announced. NESARA, of course, is the National Economic Stability and Recovery Act. I believe that's the correct acronym, although there's another acronym for it too, and one of them is the right one and one of them is the wrong one, but I don't remember which is which at the present time. But that would have returned the United States, and as the United States goes, the rest of the world's going to go. Folks, that's just the way it is. I'm sorry for those that live in other countries, but the United States has been the biggest meddler in other countries the world has ever known. It has, you've got ideologues here in the United States that have wanted to create the New World Order, which means they're in charge and everybody else is subservient to them. And NESARA was supposed to end all of that corruption, all of that fraud. It was supposed to end the IRS and the Federal Reserve. It was supposed to end corporate governance. But it didn't. It never happened. They were supposed to announce it on 9/11/2001, but it never got announced. Instead, the world got thrown into the war on terror, where our rights were eroded more and more and more under the Bush administration. And then people promised change with Obama. Change you can believe in. Well, I'm sorry. There hasn't been any change with Obama that I can believe in. Not only has NESARA not been announced, it's gotten worse in the United States, not better. It's gotten worse. The courts are totally corrupted, totally in line with the banks. The banks continue their fraud and corruption. They're deceitful, and their deceitful Ponzi scheme. The Wall Street and the stock market are irrelevant to the changes that we want. I just got an announcement recently that the stock market's going to go up 6,000%. I think that was the number. I could be off, but it was an astronomical number. Somebody was predicting another impending change. Well, if that's what happens, and there hasn't been a change from the financial structure and the governmental structure of our world, it's not change we want. It's not change we can believe in. And first contact, we keep hearing, well, they can't do it for us. They can't do it for us. Well, I've never thought that they should do it for us, but I have felt that they should do it with us, with those of us that have the vision to create a world that is finally at peace, a world that works for everybody, a world where there is truth and justice and not lies constantly being swept under the rug, which is our current world, where we are finally told the truth about our history. We are finally told the truth about our spirituality. We are finally told the truth about who we are, and that the value of the whole world is about us. It's not about money. It's not about things. It's not about possessions. It's about us. It's about our creativity. It's about our connection to life itself, our interconnection with all of humanity and all of life and all of the cosmos. But that hasn't happened yet. It's happening. I can see signs that it's happening. I can see cracks in the edifice. I can see that the structure is showing signs of 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 collapse. I can see that, but it hasn't happened yet. And the OPPT was the greatest boon, because here's something that imploded the system from within itself, and there's still people railing against it like it's not good. It's a great thing, but the actual enforcement, and I know there's enforcement and enforcement, I-N and E-N, and it does have to do with the change in us. It does have to do with that. But still people live with fear of having their homes unlawfully and illegally stolen from them by the corrupt courts and the corrupt system. There are still people facing immense health challenges, immense issues, with problems that we can easily resolve if only the corruption was removed from the equation. If only the establishment would stop blocking the real cures for diseases and the real remedies in law for the legal issues and the lawful issues that face humans. If only the government would get out of the way and stop trying to mandate and let the people's creativity bring forth the renaissance that has been envisioned by prophets and seers and other visionaries for a long time. The real New World Order, not the New World Order that's envisioned by the insane, sick people that are sociopathic and psychopathic. Not that New World Order with a combat boot on every face, but a real New World Order that brings a win-win situation for everybody. We haven't seen that yet. It's coming. I believe it's coming, but I don't know when. I don't know when. And I don't know how it's going to manifest. And I refuse to get into dates. Oh, it's going to happen in May 2013. May 25th was one of the dates that was floated to me recently. Well, some say September. Others say sometime during the summer. All these dates. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. There are going to be changes. Whether they're going to be peaceful changes, which I've always preferred, or whether it's going to be more cataclysmic changes, I don't know. Maybe that is up to humanity's response, your response maybe, and the response of your friends and those around us. Still, the collective consciousness doesn't seem to have broken through a whole lot. Yeah, there are people all over the world. There are people like you and me, those of you that listen. We know, we get it. We get it. There has to be real change, or the kingdom of heaven will not be manifested on earth. But it will be. It will be. And all of these things have to happen. And I'm excited about the potential of this wonderful lady and the relationship with her. I'm excited about that. She still has a little bit of reservation because we haven't met. We don't know. There are still some things that we need to have answered, questions that we need to have answered. and resolved, but the whole world is waiting. I'm waiting for the real change that we can believe in, for our lives to be filled with love and uplifted, and our vibration raised by finally having things happen that can let us settle a little bit and enter into peace within ourselves, and to experience the joy within ourselves. But as I've said before, I will never be free as long as my brothers and sisters are not free. I will never have peace as long as my brothers and sisters are threatened by injustice and by corruption coming from high places of people that think that they are the authority over others. We are each our own authority. We need a lot of things to happen in this world, and they're going to happen quickly, I hope. It is my sincere desire that they happen as quickly as they can possibly be brought to bear. So anyway, that's my pondering for today that I'm sharing with you as I evaluate some of the past rumors of these changes. And there are others. I did not cover them all. The list could be much longer. But that's all I can do in this time frame that I've allowed myself to do it. So I do bless you today, and I thank you for listening. And once again, I say namaste. Bye-bye.